Well, guys, welcome back to the bench. It is Monday, and I haven't done one of these for a while. So, what have I been working on? Got a couple of things. I picked up some stuff at the hobby store. Well, yeah, let's start with that. So, I had to go to the hobby store on Saturday and to get some stuff for the project I'm working on. And I was going to do that as its own video, but I didn't pick up anything that was like super interesting, I guess you could say. It was more like project stuff. So we can just go through that real quick. But I picked this Gauzy glass coat up from AK. Because I've got to do some stuff with glass. I'll show you later. So I'm going to try this out. It may or may not work. We'll see. I've heard mixed things. I picked up some fine surface finishing surfacer. I've never done an automotive kit before, but this seems to be what the auto guys are using to get that smooth finish. So we're going to go with that. I needed some chrome to strip off this old factory chrome, because it gets the it's got like the bubbles and stuff in it, really rough looking. How they come in the kit. So I'm going to strip that off. I wanted all clad, but they were all out, so I went with this AK. This is my second attempt. Let's see. I mean, I feel like I did pretty good. My first attempt, I didn't get the backing glossy enough. This is a black, gloss black with a gloss coat over it, and then the chrome. And it's still not glossy enough. I think it's because I used a 1000 surfacer on this spoon. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out later. I'm gonna experiment a few more times. This is kind of expensive though. This is like $11, but I guess it should last me a long time. I put the mixer ball in there. I picked up this anti-static brush. They actually gave me a couple bucks off just because it's kind of not frayed, but in the package the bristles were kind of messed up, so they gave me a couple bucks off. I didn't ask, they just did. I actually really needed this. I've just hesitated because it's, it's kind of expensive for a brush, but I'm really hoping it helps with the static in the booth, so as well as just dusting off stuff. Hopefully this really does make things anti-static. And then the last thing I picked up of any interest, I just needed a hobby saw to do some of the modifications. So I just picked up the Tamiya one. It was like $13. Comes with 2 blades. It's I don't know what the difference really is. The teeth look the same. I think maybe this one is just doesn't get jammed up. Anyway, standard stuff. Anyway, we can get on to what I've been working on. So as I said before, I'm doing this kit. I'm converting this into a 63, which would mean this needs to go this way because the cab actually curved around. Not this much, but pretty close. And I've never really done kit bashing before, so I was a little nervous, but I decided, you know what? I've just got to start cutting. So if you look up a 1963 Chevy, this matches this angle here, and the windshield curves around. And they only did it for this 1 year. Luckily for me, he couldn't. This is the one he had to have, my dad, so that It's a unique kit that I could not find a kit of, so I thought this would be my next best bet. So like I was saying earlier with the glass, I think I'm going to have to combine these. There's going to be some sanding involved. So that's where this is hopefully going to come in. The video itself that AK put out shows completely fogged glass from sanding. So if it doesn't work, well, I guess you just won't be able to see inside. But it's going to be in a case anyway. So I think, you know, I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, so I've got the sprue goo going. I actually just cut these flush and then flipped them sides, and it made them the right angle. I think I did pretty good. Obviously, yeah, you've got a lot of sanding and cosmetic work to go to hide that seam. This has been curing for 2 days. Sometimes you gotta let sprue goo go for a while. And then I wasn't going to do this, but his actually has the inline 6 Chevy motor, whereas this kit came with the V8. So that's what I got the saw for. I chopped the heads off and just got some stock styrene and put it flush, and then I put the exhaust manifold and the valve cover on top like it was on the straight 6. Then I moved this from this side to here. That'll be like the distributor. So this still has a long way to go. It's going about as I expected, I guess. It may be a little small because this is technically a 4-cylinder. But I'm gonna just drill 6 holes kind of on the side here after I sand it down, of course, and make wires. Oh, that's the other thing I picked up. Where did I put it? I picked up this. I've been meaning to do this for a long time. I picked up this Easy Line. Mostly for control surfaces for aircraft, but I think this will make pretty good scale wire. As I said, I'm going to do 6 across. On the real engine, they go 6 across, and then your exhaust is on this side, and then they all, you know, feed into the distributor there. So I don't think I need to make an exact replica of a Chevy inline 6 engine from 1963. Just something that resembles the shape and doesn't look like I just glued some styrene together. To get this to actually sit level, this side actually has a bunch of plastic hard in there. That's why I've got all this sprue goo on there, so I can get rid of those lines. But yeah, this is actually kind of expensive. This was like 16 bucks. But it's 100 feet. So, you know, I can't see myself using all this. I'm not a railroad guy. I'm not a ship guy. I'm not even a biplane guy. Maybe I could be. But this is supposed to stretch up to like 700 times what it is. So the idea is it doesn't break if something falls on it. But I mean, if something fell on top of your kit with this on it, it's probably crushing it anyway. So I don't think it'd be the string you need to worry about. I guess maybe that's more for railroad guys doing telephone lines and what's it called? Telegraph line. But yeah, it's going about as well as I expected. This has been a little bit more of a project than I thought, that I wasn't planning on until I actually cut it out of the sprue, and I realized I could just leave it and glue the hood on, because it's going to go in one of those acrylic cases. And you know, it's in the real truck, the 6 looks pretty small anyway compared to what the truck is. But as long as it resembles the shape, you know, I'm going to do some scribing here in the side to make it look more cast, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to maybe fit more. At least this is 3, so you can kind of say like, oh, you know, the exhaust come out in 3 different ones. But as far as the rest of it goes, like the fan and the alternator, kind of all the same. Should be able to just glue those on. And then I guess whenever I put the actual exhaust system, we'll have to add some pieces to that. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, that's what I've been working on, guys. I'm glad I started this early. Let me show you. I did that GOG kit for my son. He's getting that for Christmas. My other son is getting this one for Christmas, and I got halfway done. You can see I'm going for a 2-tone gray, like a warm gray and olive green. But I thought I need the time to figure all this out. And this actually went better than I hoped for. I thought I would ruin this and this, but you know what? Sometimes the beauty of this hobby is it's not over until you give up, because there's always plastic to melt, to sand. You can do a lot of things to fix what you're doing or make what you want. So I'm glad I started this early, just because sometimes, you know, especially when you're using thick sprue glue like this in these amounts, or a lot of putty, you know, sometimes it's soft still even a day later, a full 24 hours. So a couple of days worth of curing. But pretty much these are the major modifications. So after that, it should be pretty smooth sailing, just putting the rest of the kit together. He's actually doing his kit in this dark green color, and actually this, to me, a deep green that I had matches almost perfectly, so we're gonna go with this. Luckily for me, he's not doing a full gloss. He likes the semi-gloss. It's not going to be so much a trophy truck as it just restoring it to what his grandfather had, and it was more of just a semi-gloss green. Used it in, he had a cherry orchard, and that's, you know, it was mostly a farm truck its life. So don't get me wrong, they're going all out. They're doing disc brakes, all that stuff. Keeping the engine, they rebuilt that. Keeping the transmission, they're just overhauling the body and stuff now. They already rebuilt the engine and everything. So I thought it'd be cool to do this. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep continuing on. That's a big reason I bought this. I was just so sick of dust. So we'll see how well the anti-static works in the booth. But yeah, guys, let me know what you're working on. I'm going to keep going on this thing, and we'll see you in the next one.